Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on the bench, we have a Yamaha that needs shined up and new strings on it. This is an AES 500. And we're going to restring this guitar, get it ready for resale. So here we go. Let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to get this strap off of here. Now somebody put a nice washer across there and really held it on. This strap is not going to fall off. But it doesn't look good for resale value. You know what I'm saying? We got to get this thing back to where it was when it originally sold. And having these big washers on here, that's not stock to the guitar, right?
Heck no.
So we're just gonna get those things. Plus it gets the strap out of the way. A lot of times people will bring guitars in, I'm restringing them, and I'll ask them to take their strap and take their gig bag and just take it on out of the store until I'm done. There we go, there's that one. Oh, it's still a little loose. There we go, that's nice and tight. Probably should have my... Let me go ahead and grab my drill for this one. Battery's all charged up. Okay, here we go. Nice. I mean, that's a good idea to throw them big washers in there. I've done that before on my bass, but if somebody wants to buy this guitar, it kind of makes the guitar look really used, right? There we go. So Yamaha, pretty cool guitar, I have to say. It's got this gray perloid pickguard, 3-way switch, 2 humbuckers, volume, tone. Let's plug it in. Let's see if the electronics are working properly. The output jack feels tight. Got a little scratchiness in the tone. Sometimes you can just work that out. Okay. So, what's kind of cool is in the center position, both volumes still turn it off. Okay. It's nice. This is it's kind of a sweet guitar. It takes that special guy to come in and want a Yamaha, but it happens. It does happen from time to time. So one more thing. Let's just take a look at the string gauge. This guitar currently has, I'm going to call that a 10. 346 is on here. So we'll more than likely put the same gauge back on. And this guitar, as you guys know, this one is for sale. I've got a huge inventory of used guitars. But I also, from time to time, I'll restring a customer's guitar and make a video out of it. If I think it's an interesting guitar, something that you guys might want to just look at and stare at it a while, Even though it's a customer's guitar, sometimes guys enjoy having me include their guitar in one of my videos. Okay, so let me pull the strings out of this stop bar. Yeah, sometimes guys, they enjoy seeing their guitar in a video, and some guys even ask for me to do a video on their guitar. Okay, let me see if I can get this high E string. There it goes. Alright, so on the back of this stop bar, it says TV made in Japan. So we actually have a Japanese guitar here, or at least this bridge piece was manufactured in Japan, that's kind of a cool thing, right? You get your adjustability right there. Okay, so our next step, we're just going to clean on this thing for a while. There we go. We're going to throw some F1 Music Nomad F1 oil on the fingerboard. And this is going to clean, condition, and protect. 100% natural oils. No petroleum or wax inside there. And this is just going to soften up the dirt, hydrate the neck a little bit, make this fingerboard really look nice. So I'm just going to let that soak in there for a minute. So we're looking at our fretboard here, and you can see that the nut is loose. So I will have to glue that back down on there. Then we can see our truss rod underneath here. So let me go ahead and pull this very unusual looking truss rod cover off of here, just so we can take a look and see what's underneath there. And yeah, how about that? It takes a wrench. Let's say it takes an Allen wrench that looks very similar to this one right here. Yep. It's tight. Giggity, giggity, goo. There it goes. It loosened up. So I'm just gonna let that set a little bit loose. Now it does work, so we're in good shape there. It was just tight because this is possibly, I'm guessing, but this could possibly be a 25-year-old guitar now, and nobody has ever been in there to move that truss rod around. So that's kind of probably what happened there, is it's just a little tight, but it did move. And it kind of probably even shocked it. The neck is like, oh my God, what'd you just do? It's almost like being at the chiropractor for the first time. Let's clean some of this off now. Then I'm also up here cleaning the headstock. And I see that something, move it down this way a little bit more. I see that something right here kind of got on here and left a mark. So it might have been a price tag. It's in the spot where you put your snark tuner, but it looks more like there was some sort of a sticky price tag on there or something. There it goes. Yeah, there's so many guitars that I pull stickers off of, and little price tags and all that stuff. I want all that stuff to be off. I don't want any old residue from anything still on there. Put a little shot of guitar juice tonic and spray it on here. Spray it right on. Guitar juice tonic. And then when I wipe this off, hopefully it's gonna look really nice up here. Then you line all three of your tuners up like this and shine those babies up too. That's my front door. Okay, see that? That's looking pretty good now. And then I take my 10mm wrench, opened end 10mm, and I snug the tuners down. These look to be Grover tuners. And just snug those babies down. And then you check your buttons. And I think that this one needs a little tiny snug it down. You don't want to over tighten them because you'll break that little tiny washer that is inside each one. But it makes your tuner feel like a quality tuner when these little buttons are tight. See how loose that one is? And you're trying to tune this thing and everything and it's loose like that, wiggling around. It makes your tuners feel cheap. And makes the quality of the guitar seem like it's not a very high quality guitar just because your tuner buttons were a little bit loose. Okay. Guys are carrying stuff into the shop, so I will come right back. See you in a minute. So let's glue this nut back on. So you can see a little bit of glue residue down in there. And sometimes you want to kind of make sure that's cleaned out, but it looks pretty good. So what I do is I take a little Tide-Bond and I stick a toothpick down in there. And then I just kind of put a little tiny, couple of little dabs down in each side. And it doesn't seem like much, but that's all you need. Then you take your nut and you lay it down in there, squish it around back and forth a little bit, and then with your thumb and your finger, you can center it on there perfectly. And then just, didn't go down in there very well. There it goes. A little bit of glue residue there. Get that off there. And that looks nice. That's a nice looking nut right there. I don't know what they made that out of, but it almost looks like it's bone. But yeah, that looks good right there. So let's just let that dry up. Alright guys, so let's shine our frets up a little bit. I got my fretboard guard instead of... Alright, so I'm going to shine on the frets a little bit. So I got my fingerboard guard, and I got a little bit of sandpaper that I've used for a while here that's folded over. And I'm just going to hit these like that, just to try to get some dirt off of it and shine them up a little, make them a little bit smoother. Something like this. Real quick and easy. Not too much pressure or anything. Just trying to get the dirt off of them. If there's any corrosion on there, it comes off. There we go. Nice, right? So that's looking pretty good. That nut is drying up nicely. Alright, so shine the top of this thing up a little bit with some of this guitar juice tonic. Before we put the strings on it, we want it to be all nice and shiny. Guys, go ahead and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think the price of this guitar should be. Of course, I go on Reverb and I use Reverb as a price guide. Okay, let's get some strings. Today's string choice. Alright guys, so today's string choice, SIT, Stay in Tune strings, power wound nickel, 10 through 46. Stay in Tune string, made in USA, out of Akron, Ohio. Let's throw these things on here. Now this is an inexpensive string, but it is a very good quality string, these SITs. And you can't find them at like guitar centers and stuff. I don't think they're at the guitar centers, at least. So they come in 3 different packs, and you've got your E string and your G string in this first pack. And since this is a wraparound tailpiece, what we do is we go ahead and we throw them in first. Like that. There we go. Wrap this around nice and tight like that. And then string it up. Then we can go ahead and clip the extra string off. Alright, let's go ahead and let's tune this thing up, stretch these strings out a little bit. They are wrapped around this tailpiece, so we want to stretch on them a little bit just to make sure they're seated nicely down in that stop bar bridge wraparound tailpiece, right? And I usually tune everything to standard tuning here in the store. Oh, let me get that. Hello? 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 Okay, let's do this now. It's sort of in tune. Feels great. Just see if it's fretting out at the first fret. That feels really good. Let's take a look at our string height, the 12th fret. I'm going to say that is 0.080, and on the high E string it's 0.070. So I think it's setting in a really good spot right now. Okay, Nice guitar. When it comes to setting the action high or low, that's sort of a preference, customer preference. It does have some old plastic that's kind of sticking out right here that's kind of bugging me. But and right there too, it's got plastic that was down in there. But yeah, string height, that's player's preference. And so I just try to get it to where they're not really buzzing or anything like that. Alright, so here it is. I am going to throw a price tag on this thing, put it out front. Hopefully I can resell this guitar. An AES 500 made in Japan Yamaha. And I'm saying made in Japan based on the tailpiece here, because it said made in Japan on the bottom. But it's a really fun guitar. We could do the old Trogley turn right here and spin it around nice and slow. But yeah, there you guys go. It's a Trogley's guitar. No, it's not. It's a Yamaha, ready for resale. Super cool guitar. Let me know if you guys want this thing. Come on down to the store. Make me an offer on this thing. And like, subscribe. Think about becoming a channel member, Patreon. Hit the links in the description below for the Guitar Juice Tonic. Or for go on my Teespring link and buy a t-shirt, or Amazon link and order something. And I get like 20 cents every month from that. But thanks again for watching. And I will see you guys in the next video. We got a lot more guitars to restring.